guys, we're gonna go in lockdown and blah 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 blah.
8 weeks to this point.
We've fallen desperately through the cracks.
Hands in the air if you love to dance.
Rightfully or wrongfully, I tried to eke it out.
I'm not counting until like a year and a half.
If you love it, you get addicted to it. Now we've got that addiction. Welcome back. This is Living Without Dance Part 2. If you've not seen Part 1, make sure to click the link that's going to appear up here. Pink. In Part 1, I got together with loads of our dance students and some dance professionals from around the UK and the Kizomba scene. And we talked a lot about what our professional dancers initially thought during lockdown. There was just so much for us to discuss that in the end I decided it was best to cut this into 2 parts. So if you've not seen Part 1, go back and watch that now, otherwise I don't know how much sense this is going to make. If you've not hit the like button on this video and Part 1's video, and you've not subscribed to the channel yet, and you love things Kizomba, you need to do that now. Hit the subscribe button. Okay, so in this part of the video, we're going to really get into what our dance teachers are planning to do in the meantime, because at the end of the last video, we discussed how long we thought that it would last for us to get back from the point we're at now, back to dancing as normal and things resuming. So what are our teachers going to do in the meantime? Are they going to take their endeavours online? Are they going to try and fit private classes in when we're allowed to have small groups? What are they going to do? How are they coping? What are they going to get up to for the next potentially 12 to 18 months? What are they planning? And how can you guys get involved with that? But that conversation, as you watch through, I'm just going to let it play, because cutting it in half at any point to sort of explain a little bit more of what we're talking about didn't seem right at all whilst I was looking through the video clips. So once we've got through what we're planning on doing, that very quickly turns into how we feel about it all, and we're talking about mental health, the feelings, the emotions of everything behind the teachers, but also the teachers' experience of what the students are telling them as well. So as with Part 1, here's what our students said about the things that we're going to discuss in Part 2.
Hands in the air if you miss dancing.
Yeah.
Hands in the air if you listen to Kizomba music at home. Hands in the air if you live alone. Ooh.
I'm just checking out the single chicks.
For my kids, it don't count.
Hiya, Paula.
Hands in the air if you live with a non-dancer.
Do kids count or not count?
They count. Hands in the air if you live with another dancer.
What?
Hands in the air if you feel lonelier without dancing. Sad. Hands in the air if you feel in worse mental health without dancing. Hands in the air if you could take online classes, would you pay for them?
No, not really.
Even if you haven't got a partner at home.
That you can maintain your character. Appreciate it.
Tricky, that one.
Yeah,
It is, isn't it? It's tricky.
So that was just some of the questions that I asked our dancers. And some of the answers I could have guessed, and some of the answers quite surprised me. One of the things that did surprise me was that a third of our dance students lived completely alone. Another third lived with people that didn't dance, and a third, equally split, lived with another dancer. So that means 2/3 of the dancers in the call don't live with anyone that they could dance with, and only a third of students, which means a sixth of households, actually live with another dancer. Out of the students that we asked, half said they felt lonelier without being able to dance, and half said they felt that they were in worse mental health without dancing as well. I think that's quite a big proportion. Especially a non-dancer wouldn't believe that, but obviously dancers believe that because we feel it all the time, and how much better and happier we are when we can go out dancing and meeting people and socialising in that way. And then bearing in mind that 2/3 of people live without someone that they could dance with, I asked how many people would take online classes that they paid for. So how many people would pay to take online dance classes? And actually 1/3 again said, yes, I would pay for an online dance class. But then I reminded them that so many of them live alone, and said, would you still pay even if it's a partner dance class and you live alone? And out of 25 people, only 2 shoot their hands. So 2 out of that 2/3 of people that live alone said they would still take the dance class. So with this information from our students, I asked our professionals what they were planning to do in the 12 to 18 months of lockdown, and how they were planning to keep engaged with their communities, whether they were going to do some online classes, whether they were planning on trying to do private classes when they possibly could, whatever they were planning on doing and how they were going to plan on doing it to keep dancing going during lockdown.
For them to actually pay, I would have to do classes online, which is something that I was trying to avoid. First, because I have no need to. I think there's people like you guys that live out of this, that have the more need than me at this moment to do the classes. And second, because it's just not the same doing an online class instead of a normal class.
Yes, Bruno, I agree with you.
So I set up the thing, and then the day before I had to do the online class, I was like, I'm not going to put myself to do something that makes sense for me. If you don't enjoy it, there's no point. And
Immediately I thought, right, not knowing how long the lockdown was going to go on, and to keep our guys happy and give them something to do, and to keep our hand in it as well, and as an investment purpose, I thought it good to keep going with free once a week class, just once a week class, open level, keep everybody happy and a bit uplifting, and so on and so forth, and hopefully keep them guys interested. When we come back out of this, they'll come back to class, you know. But after a month of doing free classes, and we've joined up with ECKS, which is Mario Jordao and Laurie Esmeralda, and we have Teresa Freitas in Angola, and we have Chris Knowles in Switzerland. So we've grouped together to go do a worldwide thing where we're doing subscription classes once a week, but all of us doing one every night. And that's working. It's not, you know, it's putting food on the table. And for your own mentality as well, I think you need to do something.
I think trying to make the live stream thing work is a lot harder for you guys as teachers than it is for me as a DJ. It's been a more natural transition for me just to play with a camera in front of me, and you know, people can listen to the music and enjoy if they're by themselves while they're doing other stuff, or they can dance if they're lucky enough to have a partner in the house. But it's been a much easier transition into doing stuff online instead of doing stuff live. Having more time on my hands has been the biggest change for me. I was kind of because I was working and DJing and studying. I was used to doing literally 20-hour days, 7 days a week. And now I've got loads and loads of time free, which I've been using to get my uni work finished, and that's gone really well. So that's been kind of like a positive we've taken out of it. Is you know, I still get to be creative when I want to be, and I can share some music, but I've got a lot more time to be able to focus on my studies and to be able to relax and, you know, catch up on some sleep.
How have you found the licensing element and all the Facebook Lives being cut off and all that kind of stuff happening?
So I haven't had as much trouble as most people have. One of the benefits of being an Urban Kids DJ is none of the music that I play is owned by a record label. So you know, so the vast majority of it, I've got it directly from the producer who made it or the artist who sang it, and it comes royalty free and license free. So I can play it. Awesome. So I haven't been getting my sets turned off anywhere near as much as some people have been.
It's only when he does a mix set salsa and bachata, that's when he gets the problems.
Yeah,
Particularly bachata.
I did like an hour. I did like an hour of Kizomba and Urban Kids with no problems at all. And someone requested a bachata track, and then within like 30 seconds of that song playing, it was everything cancelled.
Oh no.
Well, okay, Facebook doesn't like bachata. It's got good taste.
We're all having a bit of a giggle about that one, I can see. I think my situation on that is a little bit unique because, so I live alone. I live in this house. It's me and my dog, and that's it. So I've had so many people saying, oh, why don't you go online and do your classes online? Because like I say, I'm part of this business school, and there's a lot of fitness instructors in the business school. And they've all taken their classes onto Zoom or YouTube recordings and things like that. I'm like, that's not the thing that Kizomba is. To do a class online, it's Kizomba's about feeling, it's about connection, it's about meeting people, it's about experiencing different people's point of views and making friends with those people and just expanding yourself. And you can't do that, in my point of view, through a screen. And I've always been very clear on the fact that I do not do ladies styling classes. I don't give ladies, oh, you want to move your butt like this and you've got to shape like that and do all of this and whatever, because I just don't think that for me fits with my idea of what I'm teaching and what my ideology is. So because I'm on my own, that is literally the only thing that I can teach. And I've just refused point blank. People have asked me and I've been like, no, it's not happening. But I can't do partner classes because I have no partner. And trying to do a partner class but demonstrate online on your own whilst people can't see how it fits together would just be awful. Even if people have got a partner at home, they're not going to understand what the hell I'm teaching, because I'd actually planned, so the day I'd planned on the Monday to meet with some of my student teachers and to film all of our classes on the Thursday and the Friday. And then on the Wednesday night, Boris put us into lockdown and we couldn't go and do it. So we were stuck.
That's super bad timing.
Yeah, so I spent ages setting this system up to sell all these classes and then can't film any of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
The day before we had a production too, because we're going into the production of music, and we had our singers and everybody lined up to go to production, didn't we, as well?
We're going to be going to a studio with these singers, yeah, and then nope.
So that's on hold for indefinite.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a lot of comfort doing my online classes, adapting to your lesson plan to get people dancing and lifting their spirits, like you say, has been a huge challenge from a dance that's a partnered dance and relies on a feeling and so on and so forth. And we've now stopped doing our regular one we did it for 4 weeks and we've gone subscription only, and my goodness, people are like crying and saying, oh, I need that weekly fix. So it's working for them. So we're doing it, got a party night and we'll do it then. And you're giving them a feeling that, you know, they're still part of a community. Yeah.
Like you say, it's about maintaining, so when we can go back, that we've still got connections with all these people, so that when we can go back and dancing, it's not like we've just disappeared for a year and then gone, oh, I can make money now, I'm gonna start talking to you again. One of our sort of company ethoses is about like connecting people and bringing people together and having this community spirit. And so what we're doing is, the only thing that I can do really is, as far as I can think, is we have a 3 Zoom calls a week for anyone in the school. They just sign on, and for 40 minutes, whoever just wants to log on and just wants to have a chat, and we try and keep the conversation not coronavirus, and we do stupid things and play games and stuff, and some of them have themes, but it's about sort of retaining that community feeling within people.
Yeah, I've been doing the same. So every Tuesday, I was doing it twice a week. But every time that we actually get on it, we spend 3-4 hours just chatting. So I've reduced it once a week so I can actually get some work done. And
good.
Every Tuesday at 7:30. Originally, I included all my group chats with my students, and I told them, look, join in. We'll just do silly games, do silly talk, whatever it is, and we'll just go from there. And eventually other people started messaging me saying, oh, I miss you, blah, blah, this and that, when am I going to see you? So I just told them, look, you can join us in, and I've been having a few people, like people that we met in festivals, or students, for example, from J, that they go to their classes, but they like to see me or whatever. So I just tell them, just join in and we'll just have a chat, and, you know, we just try to.
It's not just about joining in and seeing the teacher. It's about that whole network of dancers. So even though they're not your students, they are friends with your students, and they just want to come join in. It's all good.
It's
also a form of human contact as well. I mean, even if you're not seeing out, you're living by yourself or with your own group of people, you're seeing those group of people every day. So to see somebody else on Zoom, on a, you know, like us now, is a relief, I think.
Yeah.
Too.
I think as well, if it's scheduled, like Zoom, obviously we can schedule it. So if they know it's there, they don't have to ask. Can I speak to someone? I think that's a really big thing right now, that they can know that someone is going to be there for them to talk to.
I tell you what, Matt's the least communicated person, as you know. He's done more Zoom meetings and live streaming and FaceTime than
Genuinely, I've never had so much contact and communication with people as we have done now. Normally, I can just put my headphones on and then, you know.
His old muggins here.
Yeah, and this talks to everyone. I can't do that anymore. So, yeah, I've been talking to so many people.
But I do believe that once all of this is over, or kind of over, and we're kind of back to whatever reality comes after, it will make the world a better place. I think people will enjoy and appreciate more a good DJ, a good teacher, or a teacher that cares for them. And even when the teacher was not making any money, he was still there trying to kind of keep them up and keep them smiling. And I think people appreciate things more than before.
People are definitely going to remember the friends that were there for them during this time. You know, people that were, you know, people like Fran said earlier, people who just disappear and then come back when they think they can make some money from it again. I don't think that will be tolerated by the community.
Now you can see a lot of teachers around in the UK. You have a lot of teachers in the UK, and now you can see how many still on. You know, you open Facebook and you can see how many of them still going on and still doing things, because many of them are not.
No.
Yeah. They're not making money anymore. So
we can't judge the people that aren't doing it, because you don't know what situation they're in.
No, I'm not judging.
Like, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that as a community, we shouldn't. I'm not saying we can't, but we shouldn't judge people, because you don't know what mental health state they're in as well. Like, they could have had their business completely ripped out of them and not have taken it in a good way whatsoever, and it's going to take them a while to recover. You know, that's a hierarchy of needs. They're thinking about, I need sleep, I need to keep food, I need whatever. They're not thinking about how can I be a better person, and how can I do this, and how can I be positive and put things out there in the world. And we've got to remember as well that it's something that's big within what we do is maintaining that appearance of positivity, and that appearance that we are happy, we are the life of the party, like we're the one that's going to get you feeling good, we're giving out all this energy, and maintaining that appearance is a really big thing. And a lot of people, when they feel like they can't do that, they just hide.
Yeah. One of the things,
I mean, that's what I did for the first week. You know, I mean, everything just went down, and I could see the enormity of everything, and how indefinite everything was going to be. And I just shut down. I just shut down Facebook. I just completely shut down, because I needed time to pick myself up in order to go back out and solve problems and things.
Yeah,
you know,
you don't have to do that.
before all of this, I would spend easily 3-4 hours just scrolling through Facebook, see what's going on, see these people. And then once this lockdown hits, you can see it, like each day, it just kind of starts piling up. There's more negativity, there's more conspiracy, there's more this, there's more that.
Yeah.
I just started cutting off my time from Facebook. And
I did that.
Into the lockdown.
Me too.
Facebook, and I saw a post about I think it was a bachata online festival, And I found it hilarious. And I commented something, or I shared it and wrote something like, "What's next? Private classes by text," as in like making fun of it. And then the organizer messaged me and he was like, "Look, this is my only income, and I came up with this idea to try to make some money for the artists that are actually performing." And I was like, "Oh shit." So I had to apologize to him and then delete the comment. I did feel bad for that, because I did see the negative of it and kind of going against what we promote, but then I didn't think about this situation when I posted this type of thing.
That's the thing.
So I'm just trying to kind of stay in a neutral zone and not judge anyone about what.
That's why you guys don't see me posting or commenting in a lot of things. I try to keep myself away because, for example, you, me, you guys, we are people that other people look at.
Yeah.
For example, if you go up there doing something wrong, that example won't be good.
Yep.
The only comment you're going to see from me on some post and things like that is going to be Thomas. That's it. That's it. So no argument. No, Jay said that. Jay was negative with this or with that. No, I try to keep my name away from all the negativity comments. Maybe like, even though in my head or for us, we're thinking, oh, that's the right thing to do, but you don't know who's going to read it and in which way they're going to read it.
But just because you don't like to comment doesn't mean you don't like to read them.
Yeah, but that's going to speculate more problems. So
I think the thing is that every single one of us, we're only just a few talking to each other now. There are many more that do what we do around the world. And none of us would be doing this at whatever level it is that we're at unless we enjoyed it, unless we really wanted it to happen. And that will always come through. Will always come through to the people that you are teaching, no matter what level it is. If you're there when you say you're going to be there, if you start when you say you're going to start, if you always do the best you can, then that's all you can do. And that's really what we all do. That's why we are all where we are now. Put the work in, keep your head up, and that's it.
Oh, you guys.
That's it.
I want to come and kiss me.
She's going for one.
It's true. That's why.
Where's the job?
But that's true, isn't it? That's true. No matter what.
I think that's very, very, very true. You do your own little bit in the best positive way, and it will just get out there.
Yeah.
Multiply. Yeah. Positive thing every day.
Yeah, we are all in this storm together, and we're all riding the same wave, but it's different for each and every single one of us. Whether you're a couple, and the one on their own might think, "Oh, I wish I was with someone. I'm locked down on my own." Whereas that couple might be like that all the time. Do you know what I mean? And it can, the domestic violence has gone up. There's all sorts of horrible situations about people living together. And then I can't imagine being on my own. I seriously can't. We've got a garden. It's a grotty garden, but I'm so grateful for it. I can go out in my garden. Some people are only going and sitting on the doorstep.
How you guys saw already, I've been doing the Alpha classes online, but how Francesca said, how Bruno said, how you guys all said, like, it's not the same. So basically today is going to be my last class because I set it up for a month to see how it goes. And it's okay. I like it, but it's not the same. I like the fact that I'm teaching again and I'm dancing, but it's not the same. No. Not to be able to look at the person, look behind and having people. Doesn't matter if it's one or two. It's not the same not seeing who you're teaching to, or even though you can see them through Zoom, because on Wednesdays I do on Facebook on my Next Level page, but on Sundays I do on Zoom. But on Facebook is like, I'm doing it, I go higher, energy, and then when it's finished, I'm like, nah. When I'm doing it, I have to show them that, like, yes, I'm enjoying it, I'm doing it, it's perfect, it's amazing, but on the background, I'm like, why am I doing it?
Yeah,
Because I don't have.
It must be really tough because you're not getting that energy back and that feedback back from being in the room with a bunch of people dancing with you.
And then you end up feeling like you in the actually class and asking question. Is that okay, guys? Can we move on? And I'm like, they're not gonna answer. So you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You remember when you first started going to festivals and congresses and stuff, and you would come back on Monday evening, or you know, whenever it finished, and you would go back to work on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and you would have that just like post dancing depression, just like this real funk of like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, I just want to dance. Like that.
Yeah.
Particularly festivals.
That's why I quit my job 3 years ago. I invest in the dance.
Yeah, this is exactly the same for me. Just like, I don't want to go back to this. Every time I was dancing and teaching, I was like, I do not want to be back sat at this desk.
Yeah, it's different.
Same for me.
We just spent so many years teaching our students and educating them to come to classes because watching YouTube is not the same thing. And now this is the only option, and you need to keep practicing, but you need to watch us.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a really good point, Bruno.
It also starkly reminds us that it's like Fran said, it's the body contact, it's the being with each other in body. That's what the emotional and the physical connection. That's where the root of Kizomba is. That's where the root is. More so than other dances, I think.
Most of my students from here in Birmingham, Monday for them was kind of therapy. They used to go there.
100%, 100%.
Or like just to have that hug, to have that smile, that silly joke that I used to make, you know, like just to get away from day by day basic like work. So they go there just to, even though I had a lot of students here that there was like really good dancers, but they still going because of the timing, because of the sharing, because of the energy, because of the, you know, community. Like everyone used to be together there. So now they don't have that anymore. And they message me like, wow, that's a massive change. I didn't know the dance mean that much to me until now.
100%.
With that, what you said, Francesca, is right. Like they tell you, oh yes, dance this, did that. I felt like this, I felt like that. But it was granted. Like they knew every week they had it. But now, they are looking at it in a different perspective because they don't have it anymore. So you appreciate the thing more when you don't have it. I think I've been to all the stages already. I've been depressed. I've been okay. I've been frustrated. Was a day that I wake up and I'm like, what am I waking up for? I have nothing to do. And like just stayed another 3 or 4 hours in bed. Like, I don't know. At this point, I feel I'm living just for living. I'm like, I don't know what else I can do. And at this moment, I'm like, I don't know. Today actually is my last Afrobeat class online. But
why?
I don't know
Why?
I don't know if I'm gonna carry on or not.
Why?
Pardon?
Why not? Why?
It's how I said in the beginning, is missing that connection. I miss that people. I miss people around me. I miss, you know.
They're still there. They're still there though. And you're still connected. It's different, but it's still there.
I will see. I will ask them in the end of the class today if they would like me to carry on or whatever. If they, I will.
Jay, I think on that one, if from what it sounds like, you enjoy doing the class, but then afterwards, having done the class makes you feel worse. And sometimes you have to think about self-care, and we all do, because there's a phrase, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if this is making you feel upset afterwards,
I feel, to be honest, I feel weird and upset before starting it, but when I'm doing it, I enjoy it. And then when it's finished, it's finished.
But like I say, don't. Yes, I'm sure all your students love you doing it and things. But if you need a break, You don't want to do it even for a week, just say, I don't want to do it. Don't feel like you have to do it, because
Yeah, that's what I said, because I set it up for a month already. Today is the last one. So I've been committed and do it every week, Wednesday and Sunday. But now I feel like having a break a little bit, just to figure out if I really want to keep doing it or not. And I will see. Maybe I will keep doing it.
And also, Jay, I mean, you are 100% an absolutely outstanding performer. I've seen you beforehand where you had butterflies in your belly before you've gone on. Nobody sees this in the staff room. Nobody sees this before festivals. But you're gearing up to go on to performing. The way you corner yourself off and you get yourself psyched up and everything. I had the privilege to watch that, and for myself personally, and I can say for Matt as well, you are an outstanding performer. Once you're on that stage, it doesn't matter how many butterflies you had in your belly, you give 100% of yourself to everybody in the vicinity. You're just like an atomic bomb that comes on. Then I've seen you afterwards, after you come away from that, and you crash hard, isn't it? You really crash hard. And I think that in itself, for myself, as witnessing you, is a test. I absolutely adored seeing you at festivals, both before, during, and after, because I honestly, I respect you for what you do. You know, you're outstanding. Absolutely, you're a terrible timekeeper, but you're outstanding on performance on the stage.
Come on, I'm black, I'm African.
And believe me, this comes from the soul, darling. This comes from the soul. You are outstanding. So don't feel like desperate and I mean, feel it, please, in your own time. But know from other people that you are a star. You are a star.
Thank you so much.
Darling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really hope that watching that you've recognised the change in some of our dance teachers. The way that we really truly do respond to your energy, and the fact that just because you love to come to dance class to learn and to socialise and, you know, de-stress and everything else that all the other reasons that you come to class for, that the teachers actually do really love doing it as well. And that when we can't do that, it is affecting us as much as it is you. And when somewhere down the line, when we're allowed to mix with single other people, or we can have groups up to 5 or something like that, that you'll find a way of, again, supporting the teachers, as they'll always be there to support you. You've just seen Lizzie console Jay over how he's feeling at the moment and how we've all stepped in to support. That's one thing that I think is really amazing about the Kizomba community. Everyone will always be there. Everyone's got your back. If you're feeling low, don't feel like you have to hide it, shove it away, pretend that it's all okay. Someone will be there for you. Someone will reach out. Just speak to someone, because it'll all be okay. We're all in this together. Our dancing shoes will come out of retirement at some point. And we've made it all the way to the end. I know it's been a long one, so thank you for watching. Thank you to all our teachers, pros and DJs for taking part. Thank you to all our students for joining our Zoom call or sending me their comments through Facebook. Thank you to everyone that's had to take part. And thank you to this little floof for not barking all the way through the video. If you want to see more videos, you want to see more stuff about Kizomba, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. My name's been Francesca. This is Rosa. Goodbye.